Yeah. 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 Welcome, everybody, to a very special week of SuperShares. Yes, this is a special week because this is Spring Q Week, and we are so excited to have you here with us. Now, if you will be attending the actual event, March 17th to 19th this week in Palm Springs, California, I cannot wait to see you in person. But for now, we are still coming at you through the digital sphere with these episodes, and I have a fantastic guest here for you today. Now, we have Sandi from Tutor joining us today, and I know everybody here is wondering, what is Tutor? How can I use it with my school, my district, my students? Sandi's going to get to that. So, Sandi, welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself to the audience and your role.
So, hi. Nice to see everyone. Nice to see you, Joe. My name is Sandi White, and I am the Senior Vice President of Institutional Markets at Tutor.com. And you asked maybe what does Tutor.com do?
Yes, absolutely.
Tutor.com is 24/7 on demand, scheduled, and synchronous tutoring support for students kindergarten through 12th grade, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in 250 plus subjects.
Well, it's basically like help on demand, right?
It is help, yeah. It's when that student is sitting down. It's really at any time. We help students whenever they need help during the school day. If they are at school and teachers are working with either other students or they have other things to do, and that student needs individualized one-to-one support because they have some knowledge gap, they have something they are struggling with, they can connect with one of our tutors and get help in the subject that they are struggling with. Also from home. You know, how many parents remember working on algebra? I know I didn't when my children were in school. So we are there. We are there at 8 o'clock at night. We are there at 9 o'clock at night. Hopefully they're not doing homework at 2 a.m., but in case they are, Tutor.com is there to support them at that time. And really our goal is really to instill hope and confidence in students, to give them the confidence and the building blocks to do the work that they need to do to advance equity, because our solution is available to every student, typically at a school or at a district. So every student can use us and to advance achievement for schools and school districts.
Well, you know, Sandi, I absolutely love this because one of the big things that is being not only talked about, but also really emphasized on campuses is social emotional learning. And one of the things that really causes distress is anxiety when a student doesn't quite know how to start or attempt a problem. Now, at school, they can always raise their hand and a teacher can come over, but face it, we have a lot of classrooms have like 40 students in that class, and a teacher can only be with 1 or 2 students at a time, right? And so this tool, Tutor.com, which you can see the website scrolling down at the bottom, Tutor.com allows like the student to have really on-demand help when they need it, but it's also almost like a co-teacher that a teacher can have, almost a co-pilot. Like all teachers wish they can have extra help in the classroom. This is that extra help in the classroom. Am I right?
Right. We are a teacher's assistant, right? We are not there to do the job of a teacher. We are there to assist that teacher with that individual student. You know, it is one of the things I think we've learned about our program is that not only is it so important that we help them with content or subject matter expertise, but again, it is exactly what you are talking about, you know, supporting that whole student, right? Supporting them so that they feel they have the help they need when they need it, right? At that teachable moment when they're ready to learn and they're seeking help. It is so hard to seek help. I remember at school, I didn't want to raise my hand when I thought I didn't know something, and I for sure thought everyone else in that classroom knew what I didn't know. Of course, that's never the truth, but we are a safe environment that students can just come to one-on-one with a tutor and get the help that they need for their specific challenges.
And I love this. I love this again because it really allows the student, right? Again, because you're absolutely right. That fear of singling yourself out by raising your hand, asking that question, you know, and then the students don't do it and go home and like, I don't understand how to do this homework or this project, and that anxiety builds in. But it also brings that anxiety to the parents, right? Because then the parents are like, I haven't had this since, you know, freshman year of high school. I don't remember any of this stuff, right? So this really is a toolkit at school, at home, probably even on the road as well. There's a lot of students that travel for sports, long distances. They can get this tutoring help probably off from their cell phone as well, right?
From this, absolutely. Any mobile device you can use. Typically, we integrate with whatever that school is using. So is it Google Classrooms? Is it ClassLink? Is it, Clever? Whatever they are using on a regular basis, students will be able to find tutor.com. So we're easily accessible. And again, like you said, they can use their phone and work with a tutor on their cell phone or on any mobile device.
Well, and I love this also. So I live in an area where there's lots of rural school areas, and in the mountains, the bus ride can be 45 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes to get to school. And as they're on that bus ride, they may need some help. And I've seen some tech companies say like, well, we can put like screens in the bus, and there could be, but they don't need that because the students have screens called their cell phones or their one-to-one device that are sent home. And Tutor is there, tutor.com is there for them. I'm really excited about this. Sandi, can we show our audience a little bit about the website
sure can.
and a little bit about the tool? Excellent. Let's go
I
ahead
would
and
love
do that.
to.
Perfect.
Okay. So I assume you are seeing my screen?
Yeah, it is up and ready to share.
Wonderful. Okay, so this is our programs are customized for the partners that we work with. We are an institutional solution, so we only work with schools or districts. We are not a direct-to-consumer service. So we work with a school or a district, and they customize the program. The features that I am sharing with you today are features that are available, but again, it is up to the school or the district to choose what they want to offer to their students. And here you'll see, again, a generic program that shows everything that we offer. So here you'll see we offer help from K to grade 5, grade 6 to grade 8, grade 12, 9 through 12th grade. If I was to pick K grade 2 through 5, you'll see the subjects that I have to choose. And then if I go to 9 through 12, you will see a much more advanced list of subjects. And we offer everything from math help to computer science subjects. We have a code editor in our classroom that students can use. We offer, Microsoft Word help. We offer help in science and social studies and writing. Our writing support is both in real time and also asynchronously, and I will show you that. And then students can choose on how they want to work with their tutor. Do they want to just go into our online classroom and use the online classroom to work on a whiteboard and chat, basically instant message or text their tutor in the online classroom using all the tools that we have in the classroom to communicate, or they can choose to speak to the tutor. And it really depends. What we see is some students, particularly younger students, are more comfortable with speaking to their tutor and maybe don't have the keyboard skills. So they prefer that. Or some learners are more auditory learners and prefer that as well. So they may choose to use voice. And here they would ask their question and then they would connect to a tutor. Our median wait time is 24 seconds. So we know when a student is seeking help, they have an expectation of immediacy because they're used to online services, right? It happens fast. Even though we are connecting a human with them, that human needs to be there quickly to connect with them. And so we have been doing this for 21 years. We've done almost 21 million tutoring sessions, and we have the data to tell us exactly how many tutors we need in algebra on a Thursday night in the month of March. So we take all of that into account to make sure we have the right staffing levels to connect with a student quickly. A couple of other things I'll show is that students can also just schedule tutoring sessions, so they can come and schedule with a tutor. If they want to, say they know they want to work on something specifically Wednesday at 3 p.m., then they can do that. They can submit writing for review. So they've worked on an essay or a book report, and they want a tutor to review it for them and give feedback so that when they do submit to their teacher, it's the best work that they can do. So they can, basically outline what their paper is about, what they're asking us to look at. They would attach the file and send it to us. And within 12 hours, and on average within 5 hours, we get feedback back to them. That feedback will include a written summary of the work that they've done, a summary feedback form, as well as some comments in the document itself. We are not going to be a proofreading service where we just do all the work for them. We're there to teach them. And so we will identify areas that they need to improve in, model it for them, and ask them to go and do the work after that. A couple more things I'll just mention. They can take some practice quizzes if they're working on a specific topic, say algebra 2. They'll take the quiz. If they get something incorrect, they will automatically be able to bring that question into a session with the tutor, so they will understand why they got it wrong and work with a tutor. And then last but not least, Tutor.com is a service of the Princeton Review. And of course, the Princeton Review has been providing academic support, test prep for 40 years. So we are a reliable, trusted brand. And we also have the benefit of really high quality resources from the Princeton Review. So if you go here, you will find test prep from the Princeton Review that students can access. And here they'll find 20 practice quizzes, and they'll get score reports, and they'll get a personalized study plan on how they can improve and work on their SAT or ACT scores. All of that is available on this single platform, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Sandi, I'm just blown away by this, and you answered the question at the very end about does it give students the opportunity to have test prep for the SATs and ACTs, and you answered that right away. Because
not only test prep, but test prep from the Princeton Review.
The Princeton Review.
Review.
This is something that's incredibly important now, and listeners know this, and Sandi, you know this, but I just want to state the obvious. It's incredibly important because not every family can afford an after-school tutor.
That is correct.
Right? Not every family knows how to get an after-school tutor or feels their kid even needs an after-school tutor, right?
Right.
What Tutor.com does, it levels the playing field by allowing the students to reach out when they need help, by allowing the students to say, you know what, I need help on this paper, on this this review. I need help on this, this algebra test, and they can get it. Not have to go home and ask their parents, hey, I think I need help, or hey, I think I need to get a tutor, or it's all there for them. This is a game changer because it allows equitable access to tutoring for all students. Now, I want everybody to listen to that. Equitable access to tutoring services for all students. And this is a district level opportunity, right? So
that is correct. We are not, we will engage with parents to provide, resources on how their child can use the program. We will give them tips on using the program and working with their students. But we are a direct to school or district relationship. Our buyer is the school or the district. Parents don't have to pay, particularly those parents that can't afford it. I mean, it is a game changer for them.
And here's a question for you as well. And you could say you don't have the answer for it, but can districts utilize ESSER funds from the government giving school districts monies to ensure that the achievement gap is closed from the pandemic?
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
And so we have, we work with somewhere around 200 to 300 schools and districts right now and many of them are utilizing their ESSER funding to fund this program to help accelerate learning for those students that need it. But again, offering it to all students because it is a scalable, affordable solution that can be given to everyone. And that's the beauty of it.
It is. again, not only because you're allowing students to have on-demand tutoring and help when they need it, test prep when they need it, but also schools just don't have the funding to have two teachers in the same classroom all the time, right? It's just not feasible. Not every school has classroom aides that can come in to every single classroom and help students out. So this is that solution. It's the solution to level the playing field. It's the solution to have more teachers in the room when you don't necessarily have the funding to have teachers in the room. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And so much has been asked this year, as you know, of our teachers, of our students. We've asked them to be so resilient in really difficult times. And so doesn't it make sense to offer resilient student support to students, right? To give them what they need, to give them every opportunity, to give teachers every opportunity, with what might be staffing shortages and other things like that, so that they can offer their students, because that's their motivation, right? They want those students to succeed. And, our motivation, and then giving those students that have struggled and, in really tough times in the last year or two, every opportunity to do well in school.
Yeah. And I also want to just touch on one last thing that you stated, and it was you're utilizing a platform routine that is commonplace in the digital arena. The ability to go in and hit contact us or ask for help, and you get that help. Just like if you had a problem with your Amazon order, you'd go in and chat now, and you get a chat, right? But you're getting help for school instant. I think that's amazing, because you're right. Students expect that nowadays, right?
They do.
And you're giving it to them, which means they're more apt to do it because they're used to it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And, we have at the end of every session, we have a survey that is presented to students. Not all fill it out. We have about a 40% response rate. But our ratings are incredibly high. 98% of students say that they are so happy that the school offers the service. 96% say we're making them more confident in their schoolwork. 95% say we're helping them improve their grades. So, there's no better outcome than that, for us as an organization, which is mission driven to help students reach their full potential.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And listeners, Tutor.com and Sandi are going to be at Spring Q. All right. So make sure you go visit the Tutor.com booth in the vendor hall. Say hello to Sandi. Let her know that you watched the episode and give her a high five, and talk about how to bring Tutor.com to your district, because for all the reasons we talked about, this is an absolute necessity for our students to be able to get the help they need when they want it, whenever they want it. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Sandi, thank you so much.
Joe, I'm looking forward to meeting you in Palm Springs.
Well. And like I said, we will get together and we will have that adult beverage to celebrate, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Sounds
thank you,
good.
Sandi. I appreciate you so much, and thank you so much for being a part of this episode.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I'll tell you, I will be honest with you. I have only seen Tutor.com a few times. I've gone to the website. I've looked it up. But the way Sandi explained it just gets my blood flowing. It is fantastic to be able to offer students anytime, anywhere tutoring while they're traveling, while they're in class, while they're at home. This is amazing. I definitely check out the Tutor.com booth when you are at Spring Q. Again, if you're still wavering, we still have slots open. Spring Q is happening March 17th to 19th this week, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We would love to see you there. If you are not already registered, go to q.org/spring and sign up today. We will love to see you and give you a high five, a fist bump, a hug, whatever you're comfortable with. We cannot wait to see you. And the Tutor.com team cannot wait to talk to you at their booth. So until we see each other in person, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful week. I know I will, because I'll be in Palm Springs.